This use case answers the question, what first-in-class technologies are emerging in early development at startups and other companies? So one approach to find novel innovations in early development is looking at funded projects. So we could say, let's look at funded projects of 2025 to 2027, starting in any of those years. We could look at academic projects, so more early stage, or we could look at where companies are involved. So I could say any company, but I think more interesting is the ones from biotech, pharma, tech, biotech, diagnostic, medical device, health tech, software and data vendors, research tool providers, and capital equipment vendors. So we have 2,200 projects starting this year or next year on any topic. With the AI, we can now analyze each of those projects. So we just say, analyze all 2,209, and we describe what we're looking for. So I say I want to identify the most promising innovations in life sciences across these new projects with specific interest in first-in-class innovations or those with massive improvements. I want clear segmentation of innovations. Let AI add 20 questions. So we then get here the questions. What's the core innovation? Is it about drug discovery, biomarker development, gene therapy? Is it first-in-class innovation? So we have a bunch of questions. We can click Show, Preview, and then download the data sets. So we have here the questions, the 20 questions. We have the answers here. We have the project goals. It's a technology adoption relevant for pharma. We could say yes to those, because we are a pharma company. So now, 160 over 2,087 are left. I'm interested in drug delivery. Is it about automation, genomics, etc.? I'm interested in early validation, but also concept prototype, proof of concept. So the early stages, so 75 of the 2,000 projects are retained. I'm also interested in novelty to be first of kind or significant advancement. So here we can then see what's the competitive advantage for pharma, the unique features of the technology, and what's the breakthrough potential. So we see all these projects here, and then at the right we see the details of the funding and the parties involved now. In this way, you can quickly skim through a lot of interesting new innovations and select the criteria of interest to you. Now, I selected drug delivery. I could easily adjust to diagnostics, drug discovery, etc. It becomes even more interesting if I upload this into ChatGPT. I asked, give me the whole technology classes with the quantitative distribution, the most promising first-in-kind or massive improvement technologies for the relevant tech classes, and other insights. So here it gives me distribution. There's a little omics and AI, of course, these days. Imaging automation, high throughput, etc. Then we see most of our drug development and drug discovery. We see for different classes. What are some very interesting technologies that show novelty, breakthrough potential validation, maturity, scalability, and pharma adoption? So it needs to be yes for those. And then it pulls out those technologies. So that literally took 5 minutes to get to this in just a few clicks. We see the same for genomics, advanced imaging, etc. If I further go down, we also see which parties provide most of this funding. We see how many are big projects of more than 2 million and smaller ones. Which stage are those projects? Now, if I go down, I ask a more specific taxonomy for the ones that are mentioned other. So then I have digital and computational platforms, experimental discovery engines. So in this way, you could identify the types of technologies that are being developed. Here I asked, what are the first of its kind or significant improvement drug delivery technologies being developed? So now it specifically filters through that data set that we created to pull out the interesting 3 generally interesting delivery clusters. Smarts, micro-robotic delivery sounds very cool. So we can see here what it's about, what's the maturity. Targeted nanocarriers beyond classical LNPs and examples, and then controlled release and biodistribution engineering with significant improvements, formulation platforms. They're undervalued, but strategic. So here again, some options always referring to specific cells here for the evidence. So that's how you could, in just a few seconds, analyze any new projects on a particular topic to see what's cooking, what's next. You could maybe engage with those parties to be involved to co-develop, to make sure they go in the right direction, or that you can license them first before anyone else. Try the platform yourself right now by going to our website.